today's vlog. So, just getting a little workout in with the new gym equipment, and today, compound movement of the day is we're going to be doing bench press. Worked my way up to, for today, my heaviest set. Okay, so we've got Benny. So worked up to my heaviest set. It's as heavy as I feel comfortable to go today, particularly as I'm on my own, don't have a spotter. So 25, 50, 60, 70 kg. So I'm pretty happy with that. Then we're just going to work into some good mornings next to do hamstrings. Then we're going to do a little bit more upper body stuff. Then we're going to dive into a little finisher for the workout, which we're going to do rowing machine thrusters. It's going to be a pretty nasty little finish to the workout. So bench, a couple of the big tips for bench press when bench pressing. Keep your shoulder blades pinched together the whole time. This is going to target more of your chest. So if you're trying to build a big chest, keeping your shoulder blades pinched together through the whole of the movement takes your shoulders and the rest of that upper body out of it and directs everything through your chest. Secondly, one of the biggest things is people need to plant their feet more in the ground. As the weight starts to get heavier, people tend to lift their legs off the ground, they bring their feet in narrow, legs are going all over the place, when actually you want your legs wider than the bench and driven into the floor to give you that stable base. Because when you're pushing and as the weight gets heavier, you want to be pushing the bar, pushing your body down into the bench and your arms away, and also pushing your feet down into the floor. So the rest of your body is really, really stable while you're doing that movement. Okay, so after I finished the bench press, I then went into some good mornings. So starting at a relatively light weight. With this exercise, you're better off trying to perfect it with the bar first of all, because you want to make sure that you have a really good hip drive and you using your hamstrings and you kind of good at that hinging pattern to make sure that you don't round your upper back and you don't feel it in your lower back too much. So it's important to make sure you squeeze your shoulder blades back, keep them pinched together the whole time, bend at your hips as far as you feel comfortable to feel a stretch in your hamstrings, and then drive forward from your hamstrings. I quite like this. I like doing this and stiff leg deadlifts as a kind of main hinging movement. With this, I tend to find I can feel it a lot more in my upper hamstrings, as opposed to with the stiff leg deadlifts, it's just the general whole hamstring, but I can feel it a lot more in the upper hamstring, and I can feel it working through like my spinal erectors as well. So it is good for strengthening the muscles all through your back as well, but just making sure that the main power is coming from your hip drive. So then after I did 3 sets on there, kind of working up to, again, the heaviest weight I felt comfortable with, I then went into single arm bent over rows with using the bench as support. This is now working mostly through the lats. So the one big tip with this is to make sure that instead of just pulling straight back and up, what you're thinking about is driving your feet into the ground, driving your hand into the bench, and with the pull, what you want to do is you want to pull your elbow down towards your hip and then backwards. So by pulling it down towards your hip, you're engaging your lats before you even start the move, and then it just makes sure that you're using the right muscles whilst doing that exercise. And then what I did was I supersetted that then with some side lateral raises, just using the dumbbells. Now, I don't like to go too heavy with these. Traditionally, a lot of people will go really heavy. They'll start swinging the dumbbells around. But I go as heavy as I can whilst maintaining a good form. And also with my shoulders, what I've noticed is if I lean forward ever so slightly, it hits my side delts a lot better than standing upright. So I'll have my shoulder blades squeezed back and I'll just lean forward ever so slightly so that my side delt is doing all of the work. And what I always imagine I'm doing is reaching out and trying to push my hands away from my body to try and touch the walls either side of me as I'm lifting up. So I'm always pushing my hands away from my body as I lift up, again, that just helps with the engagement through those muscles on the sides of your shoulders. So with both these exercises, I did 3 sets, supersetting between the two, around 10 reps on each, upping the weight where necessary. And I don't tend to take as much rest in between exercises like this because I just don't feel like I'm not going as heavy as I possibly can, you know. So like with the bench press and with the good mornings, I would take a little bit longer rest in between the two. But with these two, I kind of just go back and forth, little rest in between, maybe just to sort the dogs out, make them behave a little bit. But because they're small, particularly the side laterals, they're a smaller muscle group, so I'm not exerting a lot of energy, and then I'm kind of ready to go again straight into the next exercise. And by doing it like that, it just saves me a lot of time during the workout. Not too much sitting around, getting between the exercises quick, so then inevitably I spend less time in the gym. Then we went on to bicep curls and supersetted that with a tricep exercise. So just kind of getting that little arm pump in there. Again, supersetting the two back and forth, little rest in between. By supersetting them both together, you just get a really nice arm pump, sort of full of blood. Overhead tricep extensions, I really like those, feel them nicely. So both those exercises are just great for getting the arms going. Then we finished the workout with a row, and so I did 5 rounds of this, 10 calorie row, then 5 dumbbell thrusters. So I used 15 kg dumbbell in each hand, and then a 20-second hollow body hold. So this now is to get the heart rate up, get a sweat on. There's some resistance training in there as well, you know, with the squat thrust, the hollow body hold, working all through the core. So this is just kind of to just finish the workout, burn some calories, get the heart rate up, get the lungs going. And like, I just enjoyed this part of the workout, but this is just to really sort of finish it off. So 10 calories on the rowing machine took me around 30 seconds, but when I'm doing it with clients, I always say between 30 and 50 seconds. Okay, so that's today's workout done. It was fun using lots of new stuff.